Hi, Lester, Wushu engineer. I just wanted to take a moment to welcome the recent influx of subscribers to my channel. You're all most welcome here. I appreciate your support, and please feel free to jump into the comments section of any of my videos or message me as you wish. I'll always do what I can to accommodate my viewers' suggestions and critiques as far as possible within my time constraints. A second can seem like an eternity when you only have one, and my finances, which are only one step removed from the bum outside Mickey D's. So I promised on one of my recent videos to demonstrate the Kukram Rapid Deployment Sheath as soon as it was ready. Well, the time has come, so I'll cut right to the demonstrations, and then I'll do a slower talk through of its functionality. So we're going to do a couple of tests for the Kukram, demonstrating the sheath system in terms of a rapid deployment for the Kukram, and we're going to use some basic kind of a braai or barbecue related incidents that we're going to be dealing with the Kukram, because of course that's what the Kukram is built for: rapid deployment for use at barbecues and braais. So we're going to use two scenarios, and the first scenario is when one of your mates presents you with a chunk of biltong wrapped in its packaging, and you've got to instantly deploy your Kukram and cut the biltong. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. Cheryl is going to grab the Wushu scientist will grab the substitute biltong. So this is not real biltong, because we don't want to injure real biltong in this kind of test. This is a substitute for real biltong. So she's going to retract at the moment, and then she's going to present the biltong, and I'm going to draw as quickly as I can, and I'm going to quickly shave the biltong. Okay. Okay, so that's a fairly good, nice cut into that biltong, initial cut. Yeah. So we're going to try it again. So back off with that biltong, mate. Okay. Right. Okay. Another good slice to that biltong. So as you can see, couple of good slices like that, and that biltong is going to be nice and shredded for everyone to eat. Okay, so we'll go to the next scenario. Well, this is going to get messy for me because, of course, you know, at your typical barbecue or braai, you know, the soy milk gets passed around a lot. So we're going to try a soy milk incident where one of your mates throws you some soy milk, and you got to just open that thing up so quick with your Kukram, specially designed for barbecues and braais. Okay.
Good job.
So I shaved off a little bit at the bottom.
Now we can drink our soy
Now
milk.
we can drink our soy milk. I'm not gonna really drink it, because this is, once again, this is not real soy milk. This is just a reasonable facsimile of soy milk. So jokes aside, the system seems to work as I intended it to. However, the method of drawing is different to a traditional sheath, which just requires a pull, generally. There's therefore an added training load, and mental discipline is required in order to draw it in the right way within stressful circumstances. In other words, this would not be for inexperienced folk who need a knife that they can draw in a heartbeat when facing a braai or barbecue disaster. The Kukram sheath system requires a rotation around an anchoring stud in order to draw it. So essentially, it's a side entry sheath, entering from the side. This allows the system to be mounted upside down, or any way you would want to mount it, since it's rotational movement instead of linear movement that unsheaths it. In other words, it's unlikely to simply fall out of the sheath or get pulled out of the sheath under gravity or on some other linear force. Whether it's actually faster than a straight draw sheath or not is hard to tell. I'd have to do some comparative tests under controlled conditions in order to answer that question definitively. Nevertheless, I think it's a nifty design. I've made the belt loop circular instead of the standard slotted belt sheath, so that a belt or various straps can be put at any kind of angle. You can use any angle that you'd like on the belt loop, and in addition you can have multiple straps or belts. So potentially you might want a shoulder strap combined with a waist strap in order to perhaps do an underarm mounting system. So I just want to give a couple of pointers and notes for my instructor, Sigung Marco Cavalriatos in South Africa, who's going to be the recipient of this knife and sheath. No worries if you don't like the sheath. I won't take it personally, Sigung. You could easily get someone to make a standard traditional leather sheath for the knife, which will work just fine. There are some bits of high density foam padding which are glued onto the inside of this sheath. So it requires a little bit of finessing in order to draw it properly, a little bit of practice without tearing those high density foam padding pieces away. So just a little bit of practice and it'll be fine. Just play around with it. You'll know what to do. In terms of the knife itself, there is a tungsten carbide coating on the one side, so that side shouldn't be sharpened. So the way I'm holding the knife now, in my right hand with the blade facing towards my left, this side has the tungsten carbide coating. So only ever sharpen on the other side. I generally use a sharpening steel to sharpen my titanium knives, and it works just fine. But it's up to you what you'd like to use. Otherwise, it's titanium. So it's very resistant to corrosion. It laughs at most naturally occurring corrosives like seawater, for instance. No oiling or anything like that's required in order to look after the blade. Just a little bit of sharpening and edge maintenance. I hope that you like it, Sigung. Keep well, and I'll talk soon. Right, in terms of the sheath, it has a bit of a cyberpunk and Shadowrun aesthetic about it. For those of you who spent their youth going on awesome tabletop RPG adventures with your mates in the cybered up dystopian mega cities of the future. For those of you who don't know what cyberpunk is, it's a sci-fi genre set in the not too distant future that incorporates cybernetic enhancement of human beings and in some cases full human-machine interfacing. As you can tell, I've always thought that this genre was particularly cool. I'm intending to work on a set of projects with a cyberpunk theme that I'm going to be calling the Cyber Gear series. One of these Cyber Gear build projects will be a titanium kukri with a tanto point as requested by one of my viewers. I've decided to make it into a power weapon of sorts. A street samurai tanto kukri which is powered in a way that would wipe out cybernetic implants. I won't say any more about it now, except that the Wushu scientist has been begging me to make it for her. So it's going to be the Wushu scientist's street samurai tanto kukri. I'm not really looking forward to the interminable hell of grinding 7mm thick titanium plates. Anyway, I ain't got time to be a snowflake. Leave a like and subscribe if you're so inclined, and leave a comment in the comment section below if you want to add to any discussion. Cheers, and I'll see you next time.